Stop looking for fucking shortcuts. Welcome back, guys. Today's gonna be a little bit different video, more of a rant actually. So it seems to me that especially like as the fitness community grows in numbers, it's becoming more and more of younger individuals. And what I'm seeing with these younger individuals, especially people around my age, which I consider myself to be kind of a young individual, being only 21, I'm seeing a lot of people just start looking for shortcuts. And I'm not just saying just hop on, testosterone, but I mean, first it was SARMs, during 2020, everybody was hopping on SARMs, trying to figure that out, seeing if it was gonna work for them. And a lot of the individuals that were, using SARMs, you had the term SARM goblin, which was a young demographic that were taking SARMs to basically try to find a shortcut and cheat their way to good progress. They want to be the biggest in the gym, they want to be the strongest in the gym, and in their minds they think they have to take something, an enhancer of some kind to even reach that. And that's not what you have to do. You have to put the time in the gym to be able to reach your natural potential. And unless you're pursuing bodybuilding or powerlifting as a career path, there's really no need for you to be taking these enhancements that can disrupt, your hormone levels, your endocrine receptors. Like, you will mess up your body by taking this stuff. For individuals that are not going to make bodybuilding a career or powerlifting a career, taking these enhancements have detrimental effects that I think the young generation just really can't comprehend. And with the amount of them taking SARMs test or wanted to run a cycle of some sort, such as Trent or D-ball, which they shouldn't even fucking know at their age, at 14, 15, 16, wanted to run that because, hey, my favorite fitness influencer started when he was 17, so to be better than him, I better start at 16, right? It's a very toxic trait I found within the community, and it's very detrimental to not only your games, but also your health. Some of these people are just genetic freaks, and their body's gonna respond to testosterone very well. Some of them may respond well to SARMs and other stuff, but for some of the population, you'll take the stuff, you'll ruin your hormone levels, and you'll never be able to produce testosterone naturally again, and you'll look like shit, right? And some people have even tried tests, found out it wasn't working for them, or it gave them awful side effects where they had to come off of it. They can no longer produce their own testosterone, and so what they do is they go to their doctor, they get TRT, and now they're at 200 to 300 nanograms of testosterone, probably about baseline with TRT on it, and they could have even had a higher test levels before they went and started fucking with shit. You can't cheat success. Jumping on gear, starting out after maybe lifting a year, you're not ready for gear. You're not ready for gear at all. I preach and I recommend to hit your natural potential, which usually takes about at least 4 years in the gym to reach anywhere near your natural potential and your natural limit before you hop on any enhancement. Because why would you want to increase the amount of time of being on your enhancements that are detrimental to your health and it may give you side effects and health complications longer down the road and may reduce your lifespan? Why do you want to be on that any longer than what you have to? If that's your honest to end goal and you're determined to be on something, why would you jump on it at 16, 17, or 18 when you're still producing good testosterone levels and you haven't even reached nowhere near your natural limit yet? Heck, your muscle isn't even mature yet. And you're wanting to hop on something to get a shortcut to look better, to be stronger, instead of going to the gym, finding out what works for you as far as programs, working on your nutrition. Because let me tell you something, if you go into the gym and you put the time in, you'll find out a program that works for you. You'll find out the movements that work for you and will work on your strength, will work on your aesthetics and how you look, and then you'll move on to your nutrition. And when you get your movements down, your lifts down, you figure out what's working for you in the gym, what's working for you in the kitchen as far as your nutrition, you can apply that to yourself if you want to enhance down the road. But if you don't have that experience, you're going to be injecting yourself with hormones and be having a shitty fucking diet and having a shitty fucking training program. And yeah, if you're injecting yourself at 18 to 20, most people are going to be to inject themselves and they're going to look fucking great. Now they may have acne, they may have some health complications that flare up, within 1 to 2 years. But more than likely, you're going to look fucking shredded. You're going to gain size. You're going to gain muscle. You're going to be stronger. But imagine what you could be if you would have reached your natural limit already and your natural potential before hopping on anything. And honestly, I don't recommend getting on anything at all. I don't. I'm natural. Another thing that I've had happen to me before, especially within the people I'm with around the gym, especially not in my gym, because we don't let people come in here that are lying about using. If you are using, that's completely fine, but most of the members in here that I know of are not using, have never used, especially our current members. Now, we have had members in here before that were using but they went on their own way, and they're probably right now in a community of other users. Another reason you don't want to be using that stuff is because you don't really know what it consists of. So some of these people will come up to me in the gym and be like, hey man, have you heard of this? And they'll throw out something that sounds fucking awful, you know? And they'll be like, man, I got it through this link, and we had to use a fucking VPN to even get to it. You had to use a VPN to get to that shit, and you got it through fucking TikTok or Instagram? Like, what? Do you even know what the fuck you're putting in your body at that point? Like, that could be some fucking, literally some meth, right? He's like, oh man, this gives me a great pump, the energy feels great, I get a fucking head rush and shit. And I'm like, you have no idea what's actually in that proprietary blend or whatever the fuck they have on the nutrition label. And then they'll be like, well, I also get this shit. And then they'll have a vial or something that claims, you know, D-ball or what the fuck ever. And you're injecting this unknown substance that you haven't even fucking tested yourself. So even it is what it claims to be, and you're running a good fucking cycle and you're getting those fucking insane gains, later down the road you're gonna run into complications. And if it's not what it claims to be, you may run into those complications fucking sooner, right? Because you don't even know what the fuck it is. So it's almost impossible to get 100%, you know, it's complete steroids unless you're in a fucking powerlifting gym or a powerlifting niche or group, wherever you're at. And everybody else has been running that shit for fucking years, and it's just been passed down the fucking line. That's where most people wind up getting on that anyway. They'll get taken in by a fucking group, and they'll be like, hey man, do you want to make, you know, the same progress? Or somebody in their gym will approach them. And, you know, that's happened to me before. They'll be like, man, you're fucking natural. You're doing 415 bench, you know. Could you imagine if you were using this? And they're like, well, I'm running this. My roommate's running this. Well, he's been running this, and he had a show out, and he fucking took first place, you know. What the fuck ever it is, those are the individuals that are making it a career. And if you're not making a career, I really don't recommend getting on anything at all. And the individuals that have no idea what they're taking, and they're going through these sketchy links, and it just seems sketchy in general, they're going to wind up having these health complications way fucking sooner. Because there's no telling, even if it is what it claims to be, it may only be 25% D-ball, right? And it could be a mixture of fucking oil or what the fuck ever else. I said all this to say this. Stop looking for fucking shortcuts. Get in the fucking gym. Figure out what works for you in the gym as far as weightlifting, as far as your exercises, whatever movements you're doing. And then figure out what works for you outside the gym and in the kitchen, right? Because after you figure out what works for you in the gym, figure out what's worked for you in the kitchen, get your nutrition down, and reach your natural potential before you even fucking decide or debate on getting on any enhancements.